the first of our distinguished poets who have come from the United States of America is Meena Alexander. She's been described in the Statesman newspaper from India as undoubtedly one of the finest poets in contemporary times. She's the author of Atmospheric Embroidery from Hatchet, India. Her poetry volumes include Illiterate Heart, which won the PEN Open Book Award, Raw Silk, and Birthplace with Buried Stones. She's the editor of Indian Love Poems and the author of the critically acclaimed memoir, Fault Lines. She has received awards from the John Simon Guggenheim Foundation, the Fulbright and Rockefeller Foundations, and the Arts Council of England. She received South Africa's Imbongi Yesizwe International Poetry Award, and in 2014 she was named National Fellow at the Indian Institute of Advanced Study, Shimla. She's the author of 8 poetry books, 2 novels, and 2 volumes of essays, and is the editor of the forthcoming anthology, Name Me a Word, Indian Writers Reflect on Writing, to be published by Yale University Press. Her poetry has been translated and set to music, most recently by the Swedish composer Jan Sandström, performed by the Sericon Music Group and the Swedish Radio Choir. In 2016, she was in residence in Venice as part of the 500th anniversary celebrations of the Ghetto Nuovo. And currently she is Distinguished Professor of English at the Graduate Center, Hunter College. So I give you Meena Alexander.
Thank you. Before we start reading, I would like to request Lord Parekh and Baroness as well to present the Word Masala Award for Excellence in Poetry. Meena has come all the way from America, so we'll ask Meena now to present a couple of poems. Meena, please.
Oh, thank you very much, Yogesh, and what an honor to be here with Lord Parekh and Baroness Prashar and all my friends, old and new. I would like to read a poem called Birthplace with Buried Stones. I was born in Allahabad in the north where the Ganga and the Yamuna meet, and I left at the age of 3, and it was only a few years ago that I returned. Birthplace with Buried Stones. Part 1. In the absence of reliable ghosts, I made aria, coughing into emptiness, and it came, a west wind from the plains with its arbitrary arsenal, torn sails from the Ganga river, bits of spurned silk, strips of jute to be fashioned into lines, what words stake sentence and make-believe, a lyric summoning. Part 2. I came into this world in an Allahabad hospital close to a smelly cow pasture. I was brought to a barracks with white walls and corrugated tin roof beside a civil aviation training center. In World War II, officers were docketed there. I heard the twang of propellers, jets pumping, hot walls of air, heaven bent, blessing my first home. Part 3. In an open doorway in half darkness, I see a young woman standing. Her breasts are swollen with milk. She is transfixed, staring at a man, his hair gleaming with sweat, trousers rolled up, stepping off his bicycle, mustard bloom catches in his shirt. I do not know what she says to him or he to her. All that is utterly beyond me. Their infant once a clot of blood, is spectral still. Behind this family are vessels of brass, dotted with saffron, the trunk of a mango tree chopped into bits, ready to be burnt at the household fire. Part 4. Through the portals of that larger chaos, what we can scarcely conceive of in our minds, we draw starry nights with biting flames, trapped inside tree trunks, a wellspring of desire igniting men and gods, a lava storm where butterflies dance, comes bloodletting at the borders, severed tongues, riots in the capital, the unspeakable hurt of history. So the river Ganga pours into the sea. Part 5, and I will conclude with this. In Aftermath, the elements of vocal awakening, cracked spittle snot, menstrual blistering, also infant steps, a child's hunger, a woman's rage at the entrance to the kitchen, her hands picking up vegetable shavings, chicken bones, gold tossed from an ancestral heap. All this flows into me as mottled memory, mixed with syllables of sweat, gashed syntax, strands of burst bone in river sand, beside the buried stones of Saraswati Kup, well of mystic sky water, where swans dip their throats and come out dreaming